Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to this taste challenge. This is a compensation taste challenge for an upcoming date that will be problematic. So I checked it off to my calendar book. There's really only a couple of days, maybe 2 days in the next month and a half that I have to kind of like double or triplicate the taste challenges, but otherwise it won't really be a problem. I could just do one a day and be done with it. But now if I go on vacation somewhere, okay, well then be a lot more double ups. But anyhow, in any case, I'm only going to do one a day, so that's only 300. That's only 365 a year. But really, I'm not going over that, obviously. But well, I guess it's not obvious. If you watch these, you might think it's 3 and 4 times a day, but that's deceptive because just the scheduling, the way it's balanced, it really is 365 a year, and 366 in leap year. So I got these 2 handle bottles. They got handles. That's why they call them handles, and they're 1,750 milliliter glass bottles. Dewar's introduced in 1899. The white label I'm talking about, and no age statement for the King Robert II, introduced. I never could find out when it was introduced. I know it's owned by McCleod these days. It won the Spirit Gold Award in 2007 for the International Wine and Spirits Competition. Second to none. So they're very happy about that, but it's 14 years ago. I bought this in 2018 in Georgia at a liquor store. I was with John and Nile, and it was $17.99 for this on special. But these kind of things, you know, they'll be that price off and on throughout the year. So you just wait around. It'll come back on sale. Maybe it's $20.99 normally. This was $32.99 at Rouse's. I noticed this past week, another store, it might be Rouse, but I think it was, well, one of those stores has it for $30.95. But $32.95 is the normal price for a handle of this Dewar. So let's think about that. So we round off $33 versus 18. 18 times 2 is 36. So we almost at twice the price. Is it going to be twice as good? My feeling is that it won't be. That it won't be because they're just a lot of not as strong companies. They're not as powerful. They don't have a lot of money like Bacardi International does. So they put out good stuff. They can't really afford to advertise, so people ignore it, and it might be really good. Oh, hello, Danny. Hi, Jay. Greetings from Scotland. Greetings to you in Scotland. I assume y'all get Dewars. I don't know about King Robert II, but we don't get this in Louisiana. I bought it in Georgia. Now, there's also a 12-year age single malt King Robert. And there's a travel exclusive deluxe blended, which I know I'll never see. Let's see. What other brands do they have for blended whiskey? There's Black Shield. Never seen it. Clan McCleod. Dun Fife. Glenshire. I'm looking at the bottles. Glenshire. Hedges and Butler. Sound like a cigarette brand. Hedges and Butler. These are real companies that they bought up. I'm not going to read all this, but they have a Hedges and Butler Isla single malt, Hedges and Butler Highland single malt, Hedges and Butler Speyside single malt, and the blended H&B, not J&B, H&B. Isle of Skye. They got some pretty bottles. Y'all can check out the website. I put a link. 8-year-old. I'd love to try them all, but you know, how could you ever do it? Lang's Blended. Lang's. They have their own website. Gavin and Alexander Lang started this. So there's Lang's Blended, Full and Smoky, Small Batch, Lang's Rich and Refined Small Batch, and Lang's Smooth and Mellow Small Batch. Major Guns Blended. Marshall. Marshall 12-year blended. 12-year blended. Okay. Maxwell. Pig's Nose. Any of these sound familiar? Pig's Nose. Now, these are just the blends. You have to understand they've got a lot more. Queen's Seal. Queen's Seal. The Queen's Seal. And they're showing Queen Elizabeth, the first Queen Elizabeth, you know what I'm talking about, from 1600. Scottish Stag. Well, you couldn't get bored with all of those. Well, I guess you could get bored, but I like all that stuff. Dewar is very hard to get, believe it or not. I think it was distilled for export to the United States and Canada. Wow, I can't believe it. Isle of Skye is a fine dram. Oh, so y'all get that. Pig's Nose is heard of. You've heard of it. Okay, so it, well, I mean, it's like Buchanan's. Buchanan's is so common in America, in the United States of America. Canada, those guys told me I never heard of Buchanan's. Never heard of it or seen it. And the Scottish people told me I never heard of Buchanan's. Or they might pronounce it Buchanan's. But everybody sells Buchanan's here, and it's from 1884. I'm not saying it's really popular, but everybody sells it. You certainly don't have to go on a big search to find it. And you can get the Buchanan's, the regular one, the Master, the 18-year age, the Red Cap, which is about $150. And I had people from Scotland tell me I ain't never heard of it, or it was the Canadians. All right, so I'm shocked that people in Scotland can't get Dewars too easily. But apparently people in France can't get brandy too easily. I was talking to a person that used to do video beer reviews a lot, and then she kind of faded away. I don't know what was going on there, but I thought she had a lot of potential. Now, this has no built-in pourer. Just glug out of this one, so I got to watch it. But she was telling me in a private conversation, she said, people in France don't really drink cognac. She said they got a few old men at a bar you might see drinking it, but 99% of the people are not drinking it, and the young people certainly are not drinking it. Talking about France. And I did some research. The Cognac and Brandy Association of France, some kind of trade association, they were saying 99% of the brandy and cognac is exported from France, and their goal was to try to get French people to drink brandy again. Yeah, because what were they saying? Well, we make it. Why don't our people drink it? Yeah, good point. Pour too much. Well, I guess I didn't really pour too much. I didn't pour enough of the Dewars. John A. and Tommy. John, and he had two sons, John A. and Tommy, and then they made Dewars real big company. 3Ds, interlocking. Got so big, it got, you know what it got bought out. And Bacardi owns it. Now, you see the problem with these family-owned companies, it's family-owned. And so if you have primogeniture, okay, fine. Then the oldest son gets everything. But they don't follow that Old Testament, ancient world primogeniture. They do, everybody gets a share. So you figure, let's say John started it, and John A. and Tommy. Now that's two sons. Now they get married, and then they got this many and this many. That's why they call it a family tree. It just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So eventually it gets to the point where, what are you going to have, 1,000 family shareholders? And then they start arguing and fussing over how the company is supposed to be run. So then they get bought out. And I was looking at this beer company in Colorado, husband and wife team. Big company, man, got it going great. But they got divorced. It doesn't really help the health of the company. So what happened? Sold to the employees and then sold to a Japanese company. So Japanese, Japo-Australian company, let's say, New Zealand company. So this is a common thing. People are anti-corporation and say, we don't like incorporated liquor companies. We want family-owned, mom and pop, but they're not really thinking about it as far as time goes on. Who owns Dewar's? Yeah, it's Bacardi. Let me read these comments. Now they didn't start it; they own it. Now it is extremely popular. I'm not sure why. It seems to be at every restaurant I go to, but I don't see the significance of it. Now the King Robert is darker, burnished gold, and this is just like gold. They both look nice. A lot of whiskeys you get. Now this is Danny talking. A lot of whiskeys you get, me meaning Americans, over there may be distilled in Scotland, but we can't get them here, or maybe the names are different from the ones in the United States. Oh, they're selling it under a different name, maybe. Yeah, I didn't think of that. But we got to remember now, Scotland is like the size of Louisiana and has about the same amount of people as Louisiana. So, I mean, there's no way they're going to be able to consume too much, right? So you got a small. So here we have 50 states. Louisiana's in the smaller half. And you got Canada with 18 million or 20 million people. And then you got Mexico and everything, Brazil. So then it would make sense that they would suck up a lot of the excess production. Scotland produces much more scotch than those people there could drink. Same thing probably with beer. We don't get much Scottish beer in America, I'm afraid. We used to get more of it, but now it's been faded away. We used to get Belhaven. I saw Tennant's, but it was out of date, of course. What happened with that was we used to get a ton of imports, and then they got pushed off the shelves by local craft beers, many of which were not even as good as the imports. But, that's the way it goes. The imports had old dignified labels with like a carriage or a deer on it or a country scene. And now the new labels look like the new craft beer labels look like a laundry detergent. All the labels, they're like bright, funny animals, day glow colors, cartoon characters. And so I guess the squeaky wheel gets the oil, right? So they're loud, in your face and obnoxious labels. So the old stately dignified labels got pushed off the shelf. I still try all those craft beers, and many of them are good. Some of them are not, but many of them. You would love my favorite blended whiskey, which is White and McCleod, which is used in the making of Johnnie Walker Black Label. Okay. We get some of their products here under other labels, and I can't at this time remember the White and McCleod products. Maybe it's pronounced wit, but I say it looked like white to me. So they use it to make Johnnie Walker Black Label, the single malt of it. Well, I have one of them. I have a White and McCleod bottle in this house. It says it on the label, White and McCleod. I know what it is. I just thought it's John Bar. John Bar blended scotch. Got it right there in the fridge. That's the next taste challenge after this one on Saturday morning. Yep, there you go. Hello, Ron, says Ronnie. Yes, hello. Thank you for joining last night on Dutch Beers. Thank you for posting that thing in Beer Talk about what does Dutch mean. I'm enjoying a nice sour ale right now. Okay. Jeep and Foodie Caleb says, so far in your journey, what are your preferences for scotch? it's hard to say. J&B is great. I mean, those single malts I tried were very nice. My friend David has got that Ardbeg 10. Tastes like medicine, but I love it. You know, it's like strong, harsh Isla. I love it, you know, but I don't have a bottle. But I would really be inclined to try those, and I'd be inclined to steer toward the Isla. I just haven't got to them as far as like these going through this protocol. But I like the blended. I mean, Buchanan's is really good. It has a lot of character. Now, Chivas Regal was kind of bland to me. I found Hunter Piper's had more character. Hunter Piper's is like a third of the price or less. So yeah, those are good. Johnny Walker's really nice. The Johnny Walker Blue Label, of course, was fantastic. Yeah, those are the ones that are really nice. That Dewar's Mezcal, that illegal mezcal aged, is dynamite. So 5 million people in Scotland. Right now, Louisiana's 4.5. So see, similar population, 4.5 to 5. Land area is probably similar, and so there's only so much consumption you can have. I had the Dewars. It'd be like Louisiana. I mean, they make some spirits here, but many of them are exported out of the state just because there's not that many people in Louisiana going to buy. They're going to buy Bacardi before they buy Bayou rum. I've had the Dewar's 12-year-old blended, which was really nice, but that white label doesn't quite do it for me. No, it doesn't really do it for me either. And I have a Dewar's 12 back in the other room. And when I show you all that next time, you're not going to believe the price, but it's a true story. And it's a handle bottle like this. And it's going to be great. This Dewar's white label's, it's fine. It's really good, actually, but it's not great. Monkey Shoulder is a smooth drinking experience. My friend David's got Monkey Shoulder. I haven't tried it. He was telling me, we did a review of that. I said, no, we didn't. He got confused. You know, we do so many. But thanks for having me on. I plan on joining the Terrapin examination. I like their beers. Oh, thank you, Ronnie. Anytime. Terrapin, I got mine already lined up. All right, so here we go with the taste challenge. Enough chit-chat, but I like the chatting, of course. Yeah, Monkey Shoulder is one I plan to get. There's Teachers. There's Dimple Pinch. Hay Club, Dimple Pinch. I think it's called here. It's called Dimple. Just how can you Valentine's? I just posted a Dewar review today, but I don't have a bottle. I have to buy it. It's just you cannot. I mean, I guess you could, but you wouldn't live too long, and you wouldn't benefit. You may as well drag it out. You cannot drink all this. Have you reviewed any Macallan whiskeys? Macallan 12 at David's house, but I don't have any. Oh, I don't have any yet. That's on the to buy list, to buy list. This smells like generalized cereal grains. I don't know how to put it any nicer. That's what it smells like. Generalized distilled cereal grains. Now, if that sounds like something you'd want to smell, go for it. To me, I'm not in love with that aroma. It doesn't repel me. I don't hate it, but I don't see what's so good about it. It's just like, that's what it is. Generic whiskey. It could be Canadian whiskey. It could be American blended whiskey. It could be Irish blended whiskey, but it happens to be blended Scotch whiskey. I really don't see that it's that different. And that's probably why it's $32.95 for a whole huge handle bottle. Okay, this is similar, but there seems to be maybe a little bit more smokiness. And we want to focus on the word little bit more, little. Maybe some peatiness and some bread to it. Might have a higher percentage of single malt whiskey, but this is different from that, but I can't really say properly how it's different. It's just different grain experience. A different grain experience. Is this one cleaner? Yeah, this one's a little dirtier, like what I mean with the smoky ashiness, but maybe it's more interesting. Let's go with the taste. Cheers. And what I do in my calendar book is I check it off each day that I double up, and so then I don't make a mistake and go overboard and drink too many. I meant to say taste too many. So it's very good to keep track of that in that book. And it just goes like a little perfunctory daily thing for a year. And I like that pacing. You say, oh, you're so boring with that. You do that with beers, don't you? I do it with beers. I do the 8 a.m. tasting. Then I'll do 1 o'clock after lunch, 3 o'clock, and then 5 in the evening. Then I shut it down. I don't drink anymore. I drink water, and then I do a little wine with lunch. Like 2 ounces. That's why those bottles, you say, well, you never do wine reviews too much. It's like once a month, if it's that. And there's the reasons, because it's taking me a month to drink the bottle of wine. So I might do 12 in a year, maybe less. So I don't have any great drive to just be drinking and drinking and drinking. It's all paced out. And when they do those hangouts at night, they'll tell me, come on, join. And I don't join. And it's not because I don't like the people. And it's not because I don't want to hang out with them. It's because I've already finished the drinking. I've done the beer reviews and I'm finished. I'll drink some water and brush my teeth. I'll go lay in bed and watch baseball. And they probably thinking maybe negative, like he doesn't like us or he thinks he's too good for us and he doesn't want to hang out with us. But it's nothing like that. I noticed some people like Lone Star Beer Reviews, he does hangouts at 2 in the morning. 2 in the morning, they be doing hangouts. But I don't join because then I'm watching baseball highlights. And then I'm listening to beer reviews from the previous day. And sometimes it's an enormous amount. And I want to hear all of those beer reviews, not just people talking about, oh, this and that, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just don't join. But theoretically, I would always join. You know what I'm saying? Hypothetically. Cheers, Ron. Cheers to you, the Dixie Bassman. I think everyone understands that you go to bed early. I hope they do. I know I get the feeling sometimes that some people are sort of funny about it. Like they might be thinking that I'm just saying that, but I'm not really doing it. And I don't want to join the hangout. But that isn't the case. I do join. I mean, I would join otherwise. And I do make comments occasionally. So it's literally a scheduling issue. It's not a personal issue. And sometimes I'll make a drop-in, hang out if I have time. And there is occasions where I do have the time. There's not too many occasions. This smells remarkably like the taste, meaning grain whiskey. Grain alcohol. Little bit bread dough. It's kind of simplistic. It's not bad. And when you get on the Dewar's website, I told you this morning, their focus is cocktails. So first thing they say, it's great for a highball, and they show the tall glass, and they're okay. And then they direct your attention. Now let's look at the cocktail recipes. You can not only the highball, but blah, 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 and they go through. So they're not spending a whole lot of time focusing on, the fantastic and exquisite qualities of Dewar's White Label. They're not doing that. Because most people are not drinking it that way anyway. And I can see why, because it's pretty basic. It's in no way bad. Just basic. Okay, now this one, a lot more sugar sweetness. I mean, if you ever said to yourself, I want to drink a whiskey from Scotland that tastes like a bowl of sugar, this could be a good choice. It's really sugary. It's amazing. And I've said for years that whiskey to me tastes like alcohol candy. And this does. Is there smoke? Well, perhaps, but not enough to really talk about it. Peat? No, it's mainly just grain, cereal grain, and a little bread dough. And what is bread dough made from? Yeah, you got it, cereal grain. So, I mean, I guess if you have this inclination that you want to drink two basic products, you have it right here. Now, the big problem, and I think you know where we're going, was the King Roberts the second cheaper than the Dewars? Yes. Your dawn busters are concrete proof of your sleeping schedule. Yeah, I guess they are. People say, no, it's concrete proof of your madness. You're crazy, a crazy person. Only crazy people do whiskey reviews at 5:45 a.m. Well, okay, then I'm crazy, like a fox. The King Robert is about $18 a handle, and the Dewars is $33 a handle. Or maybe you could get it for $31 if you luck up. There's no way I'm tasting a 30. Caught it. There's no way I'm tasting an $11 to $13 difference. There's no way. It's not happening. There's no way that the one that's $11 more expensive tastes $11 better. Or it might taste $1 better. It might taste $2 better. But $11, $13, no way I'm doing it. You can buy all the Dewars you want. You can invest in Dewars. You can be on the Bacardi Limited board of directors. It doesn't matter to me. But I know this much. If I was buying either one of these, I'd be buying this without any hesitation. King Robert II. Is it a fabulous whiskey? No, not really. It's a pretty basic product. If you're looking for excitement, it ain't going to be there. You might, maybe if you're looking for trouble, but not excitement. Now, that's it. Am I going to be able to tell them apart? I have doubts. I have very strong doubts right now. But I have no doubt. I have no doubt that I would never pay the $32.95 for Dewars when I could turn right around and buy the King Robert II for $17.99. That's not going to happen. I'm going to go with King Robert II every day of the week. Of course, we can't get King Robert II in Louisiana, but it doesn't matter because we get other ones like that of its ilk that are the same price for a handle, $17.99. There's no effort in that. So, do you always get more when you pay more? No, you do not. Not in my experience. I mean, sometimes you do, yeah, but not in this case. Okay, so I think that's the King Robert because of the sugary sweetness and the most minimal evidence of smoke and the most minimal evidence of peat. And I think that's the Dewars by virtue of its very prominent cereal grain, like literally a bowl of cornflakes taste. I said that in 2019, January 2019, up the street when we were reviewing it in that guy's lady's backyard. I said it then, and I'm saying it now, and nothing's different. It tastes the same, except it's not as cold as that day. That was a cold day, boy. Ooh. It's kind of a chilly day. All right, now, last comments, and then I'm going to see if I can tell them apart. Mantis Shadow. Thanks for watching, Mantis Shadow. I appreciate it. Hey, man, love the videos. Can you try black and white Scotch whiskey and review it? I think I can get it, but not easily. Secondly, I have such a large backstock, I cannot get to it anytime soon. If you came in this house and saw this backstock, you'd worry, probably think I've gone insane. There aren't always a lot of whiskeys in my country, Trinidad and Tobago, but this one is really readily available. Yeah, black and white. I know a lot about black and white. It was really popular in the 1950s and 60s all across the United States. It's still around here, but it's not common. I I can get it at international market in Metairie, Louisiana. But it's going to be years. You'd have to hang with this channel for, I mean, literally years. And I'm not saying that to be ugly. It's just the fact of the matter. It's the situation in which I'm dealing, the situation that I'm dealing with. So hypothetically, yes, I will get it and review it. In a practical sense, it could be a long time. Kevin Johnston says, now these taste challenges are never decided based on pricing, correct? No, they're not based on pricing, but we have to remember these products have a price, right? Everything is not even. They're not evenly priced. So only a fool would not take that into consideration. It has to be considered. It's like if you were looking at cars, vehicles, and you're saying, well, this one has this drivability, this one has this road handling, this one has this horsepower, this one has this torque, this one has seating comfort. Like if you watch Motor Week. Well, yeah, they're going to evaluate the vehicles on their class, you know, the style of the vehicle. Could be subcompact, whatever, four-door, okay. But they're going to talk about the price, because you have to talk about the price because people have to buy it, right? So it is an unavoidable part of the evaluation, in the sense of it has to be considered because people have to pay for the products. Now, but no, I don't consider price with the actual flavor. But no one in the world really practically is saying, oh, let me try this whiskey, that whiskey, in an endless cycle without paying for it. I mean, that's really not happening. So people have to buy it. I have to buy it. I'm not being given these products. No company is giving me whiskey. I had some people years ago, they kind of left and went away, but they were always telling me, they're giving you stuff. These companies are giving you beer and stuff to give reviews. I said, man, if that was true, I would admit it, first of all, and I have admitted it when like Paul Honor sent me beers. And secondly, don't you think if I was getting free whiskey from a company, I would be doing videos for them like constantly? Yeah, I would, you know, but I'm not. No whiskey company in my life ever contacted me and said, can we send you whiskey to review? They probably don't know about me. And secondly, they might not even like my videos. They might think my videos are terrible and they don't want me talking about their products. Maybe, I don't know. All right, man. Thanks. Been a fan for a while. So time won't hurt me a bit. Oh, thank you for understanding that. You have to try Florida Cognac. I know about Florida Cognac. I saw it at Walmart just earlier this week. It looks nice. It's a pretty bottle too. I love that bottle, that Florida Cognac bottle. Oh, I can't wait to try it, but it's just the same old story. I got people telling me about things to try all day long, and I just cannot. It cannot happen. You know, I cannot try everything. But I want to try everything. You know what I mean? Like, we want everything, but we're not going to get everything. It's excellent. I believe you. I believe you. I mean, I believe it. I believe it. I believe. People told me about Appleton Estate. They say, try Appleton Estate. Well, okay, I tried it. Oh, well, it was great. You know, most everything people told me to try was great. That's why they told me to try it, because it was great. Okay, I think this is the Dewars. Sure hope it says D. Oh. It's the King Robert. Did I pour it in the wrong vessel? Could have happened. Don't think so. Still blows my mind that your local Walmart sells liquor. Our state needs to adopt many things from Louisiana. I agree with that. Yeah, Walmart. I was just in Winn-Dixie today. Well, Winn-Dixie's there, Walmart's there. I mean, they're right across the highway from each other. Like, literally, you could see it one from the other. And I said, I was just thinking about people like you. I was in Winn-Dixie, and they have the little liquor section. You can just walk in and get what you want off the shelf. And I was thinking, some of these people around the United States that watch these videos, they're amazed by the fact that we could just go into the store and buy it. You know, a grocery store. And Walmart is a grocery store / department store. And yeah, you just go in there and get it. You don't have to buy it in the liquor section. I mean, you can. There's a checkout in the liquor section. I think some people have the thinking that they have to buy it in the liquor section. You don't. You could just go in there and Just say, well, I want this, and then go out, check out. It doesn't matter. Now, some of it's locked in a cabinet because, you know, they know what stuff people want to steal. So a lot of the Hennessy, you know what I mean? A lot of the Crown Royal, you know what I mean? It's locked away in a cabinet. So, hey, well, all you got to do is say, I want to get that. They'll unlock it and get it to you. I know I've gotten stuff out the cabinet. I'm a little bit shocked. Kevin Johnson, New York Walmarts have no liquor section or guns for that matter, says Tech Maven. We have guns here at this Walmart, but they used to have a lot more like handguns, you know, before the L people took over. You know, I don't want to say too much on this. This is a whiskey hangout. It rhymes with Iberol, but and then they started so we're not going to sell handguns because we're virtuous. No, it's because you're idiots. But I'm not saying that. I'm just speaking off the cuff. Oh, me. A little shocked because looking at this label, it clearly says D, letter D. You know, D. I know D stands for Dewars. I go to Walmart for ammunition, says Kevin. Oh, yeah? Laughing out loud. I'm moving down south before long, says Tech Maven. Good idea. We'll have to coordinate certain things. All right, anyway. Man, I'm let me pour a little bit more. I mean, a little bit. I want to save it. I'm not trying to waste it because I want this to go on forever. I want to rest on this bottle for my life, you know, which could end tomorrow. You never know. People live their lives as though they're going to live forever. They're eternals. But no, you never know when your ticket's going to get punched. Might get punched tonight. I agree, coming from a very liberalized country. I'm sorry, he said a very liberalized because it rhymes with some other word. It's always shocking when I tell people about things. Yeah, people are very peculiar. They rather fit in with the crowd than be right. You know, that's a problem. When you rather, and I've run across this in the beer, wine, and liquor world too, with people kind of chummied up to me, want to be chums. Let's be pals. I like your beer reviews. We'll be friends and buddies and chums and whatever. Okay. But then they get into disagreements over politics or other trivial things, you know, and then they'll say, well, I'd rather fit in with the crowd than be your friend because even though I know you're right, it's important to me to be part of a group instead of being right. And I'm thinking, I think that's not good. It's like you're violating your own personal integrity. I'd rather be alone and be right than be in a crowd and be wrong, you know. But people are funny like that. Like they need validation, and I guess that's why they get on Facebook so everybody can give a thumbs up. Oh, I got a thumbs up. I got 7 likes. You didn't get one from me because I hate that song. You know, I don't ever give likes if I hate that song. I hate that song. You ain't getting a like from me. I'm glad you posted it, but I ain't putting a like by it. I hate it. I agree with you 100%. Oh, thank you. Ronald, what year did you join Beer Advocate? Me in 2005. For me, I could tell you exactly. It was 2009. 2009. Yep. All right. Let me just check this Dewar's out one more time. Then I'm going to listen to the radio show. I'm already running late. All right. Okay. So I guess I got it wrong. I don't know. It's pretty confusing here, but okay. All right. Okay. All right. It's the Dewars. Okay. I got it wrong. But that basically reinforces what I was saying the whole time. That why am I paying Why am I paying $32.95 as opposed to $17.99? And I can't even tell them apart. Well, long answer short or short answer long. In this case is I'm not paying extra money if I can't tell them apart. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. Both of these are fine. Go ahead, buy them if you want. They're not exciting though, but you probably knew that before you watched the video. Good news, I got some sleep. Oh, that's a good thing. I was sleeping good last night, but you get in these habits. I'm looking at the clock this morning. I'll say, oh, 2:35, like literally. And then at 2:45, I woke up. I mean, it's stupid, right? But I was just going to lay there anyway, looking at the clock thinking, you could be watching the baseball highlights, but no, you're laying in the bed. So I say, okay, let me get up. All right, thanks for watching this video production. The winner is, yeah, that's a good question. Who is the winner? Is there a winner here? I don't think there's really a winner. You might want to look at the price in this. I know I would. Thank you.